Dear students, welcome to my class. I hope you are enjoying sound health and going on well with your studies. Now, let me introduce myself. I am Kaji Muhammad Habibullah, Assistant Professor English, Kumilla Government College, Kumilla. This is a class for classes 11 and 12. Subject English first paper. Date 23rd September 2020. Here you can see a picture which shows the natural beauty of Bangladesh. Here you see another picture. Do you know the woman with her dead husband on a raft? Yes, you are right. She is Behula, a famous character of Hindu mythology. I have shown you these pictures because my today's lesson is closely associated with Bengal's beauty and the myth of Behula. Today I am going to discuss a famous poem, I Have Seen Bengal's Face. This is actually the translation of Jibanananda Das Banglar Mukh Ami Dekhiachi. The translator is Fakhrul Alam. This poem is included in Unit 14, Lesson 1 of the new edition of English for Today. Now, let us see a brief profile of Jibanananda Das. Birth February 17, 1899 in Borishal. Education studied English literature at Presidency College, Kolkata and earned his MA from Calcutta University. Occupation poet, writer and professor. Genre of writing poetry, novels, short stories and essays. However, he is mostly familiar for his nice poems. Notable works Ruposhi Bangla, Banalata Sen, Mahaprithibi, Shrestha Kobita. Awards Rabindra Memorial Award in 1953 and Sahitya Academy Award in 1955. Death 22nd October 1954 in Kolkata, India. Now let us enjoy the poem. Because I have seen Bengal's face, I will seek no more. The world has not anything more beautiful to show me. Waking up in darkness, gazing at the fig tree, I behold dawn swallows roosting under huge umbrella-like leaves. I look around me and discover a leafy dome. Jam, kathal, bot, hijal and ashwat trees, all in a hush, shadowing clumps of cactus and jadwari bushes. When long ago Chad came in his honeycombed boat to a blue hijal, bot and tamal shade near the Champa, he too sighted Bengal's incomparable beauty. One day, alas, in the Ganguri, on a raft, as the waning moon sank on the river's sandbanks, Behula too saw countless ashwats, birds besides golden rice fields, and heard the thrush's soft song. One day, arriving in Amora, where gods held court, when she danced like a desolate wagtail, Bengal's rivers, fields, flowers wailed like strings of bells on her feet. For better understanding of the poem, we should be familiar with the original Bangla poem of Jibanananda Das. Let us listen to the recitation of the poem.
বাংলার মুখ আমি দেখিয়াছি, তাই আমি পৃথিবীর রূপ খুঁজিতে যাই না আর। অন্ধকারে জেগে উঠে ডুমুরির গাছে চেয়ে দেখি ছাতার মতন বড় পাতাটির নিচে বসে আছে ভোরের দোয়েল পাখি। চারিদিকে চেয়ে দেখি পল্লবের স্তূপ, জাম বট কাঁঠালের জলে অসথে করিয়াছে চুপ। খনি মনসারে ঝোপে সখী মনে তাহাদের ছায়া পড়িয়াছে। মধুকর ডিঙা থেকে না জানি সে কবে চাঁদ চম্পার কাছে। এমনই জল বট তমালের নীল ছায়া বাংলার অপরূপ রূপ। দেখেছিল বেহুলাও একদিন গাঙরের জলে ফেলা নিয়ে, কৃষ্ণা দ্বাদশীর জ্যোৎস্না যখন মরিয়া গেছে নদীর চড়ায়। সোনালী ধানের পাশে অসংখ্য অশ্বত্থ বট দেখেছিল আয়। শ্যামার নরম গান শুনেছিল একদিন অমরায় গিয়ে। ছিন্ন খঞ্জনার মতো যখন সে নেচেছিল ইন্দ্রের সভায়। বাংলার নদী মাঠ আট ফুল ঘুমুরের মতো তা কেঁদেছিল পার।
I think you have enjoyed the poem. The theme of the poem is the timeless and everlasting natural beauty of Bangladesh, and the poet's patriotic zeal aroused at it. In fact, one who has seen the beauty of Bengal doesn't need to see the beauty of the world anymore. In order to illustrate this idea, the poet has made a graphic presentation of different beautiful natural objects of Bengal, which we can clearly visualize in our mind's eye. In fact, there is a host of natural objects mentioned in the poem. I am going to show you the picture of these objects so that you can also appreciate their beauty. Firstly, there are some trees and plants. Here you see the picture of blackberry and jackfruit trees. In the poem, they are mentioned as jam and kathal. Then there are hijol and tamal trees. Here you can have a close view of hijol and also a clear view of tamal tree. Here you can see the picture of bot or banyan tree, and the next one is an ashwat tree. Both these trees are mentioned twice in the poem. Here you see the picture of a nice fig tree, which is also a part of Bengal's beauty. The poet has also referred to two plants in the poem. One of them is cactus and the other is jedwari. There are some beautiful birds mentioned in the poem. The first one is swallow. The second one is thrush, a songbird. And the next one is wagtail. These birds, along with their singing, also contribute to the beauty of Bengal. There is also a reference to the river's sandbank in the poem. And finally, we can't forget the golden rice field, which is the most common feature of Bengal's face. Another important aspect of this poem is its allusion to the Indian mythology. Let us know the myth. Chand Saudagar was a great devotee of Shiva and he hated Manasya. But Manasya had to get Anjali by Chand Saudagar to get position of goddess in heaven. To get an Anjali from Chand, Manasya took away his 6 sons. They died from snake bites and Manasya had absolute power over all snakes. These deaths infuriated Chand even more and he vowed to save his last son Lakhinder in any way possible. Chand found a girl named Behula whose destiny spoke that she will never be a widow. Chand got his son Lakhinder married with Behula. But as Manasya desired, Lakhinder was beaten by Kalnagini and died on his wedding night. To get back her husband's life from the gods in the heavens, Behula sailed with her dead husband in a raft towards heaven. She faced many dangers during her long journey in the rivers. After reaching heaven, she pleased all the gods with her beautiful and enchanting dance and got the gods to promise to give back her husband's life on condition that Chand would give Anjali to Manasya. Finally, Chand gave the Anjali and Manasya gave back the life of all the sons of Chand. The poet alludes to this mythological story to highlight the timelessness of Bengal's beauty. According to the poet, Chand and Behula also saw the same natural beauty of Bengal in ancient times. Now let us discuss the summary of the poem. The poet is in love with the beauty of his motherland. He feels that his thirst for beauty has been so quenched that he doesn't need to see the beauty of the world anymore. His country is replete with natural bliss. Here he enjoys watching birds amidst green leaves. All trees lie in calm and peace. They spread shade all around. This beauty was observed by the ancient people too. Even the beauty of Bengal is harmonious to the sorrows of people. I have finished discussing the lesson. Now I would like to give you homework. Write down the theme of the poem, not more than 50 words. If you have any problem or any question regarding this poem, please ask me through email or over telephone. That's the end of my lecture today. Thank you all.